Generational trauma, from grandma to mama, from sons to fathers. We go harder, we go farther.
Hey, yo, tribe.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to The Disconnect, where reconnection is a dialect. I am Abby Noan, and this is my co-host.
Jay, no, the son. King.
Ooh, you had a different rhythm this time.
Yeah, I had to switch it up, switch the cadence.
I see how you switched it up. Like,
can't come the same way every time. You know, I gotta give them a little flavor they can savor.
I see that.
You know
I see that. I can relate.
So,
Without further ado,
we gonna give a shout out to Walla Vodka. The sponsor Walla Vodka. So if you drink it, make sure you drink it responsibly.
please do.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little sip, you know what I'm saying? You know, so you make sure you don't trip, you know what I'm saying, into a vehicle or something like that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, gotta.
And don't be drinking and driving, y'all. It's kind of crazy.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. You know, or drinking and sliding.
Drinking and slide. I see what you did there.
take it how you want to take it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a very special day.
It is a very special day. We got a very special topic.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, every time this year come around, they bust out that, Mama.
Oh, man.
You know I love you.
You know what?
Oh.
I want to say, which one of the Boys to Men group members is Wanye's brother?
Ooh, that's a new one.
I want to say, what's his name? I can't remember. I'm finna look it up, y'all. Y'all, hold up. Let's look it up.
You know, it made me want to do that. When the boy the head shake, everybody back then that was like the thing. I'm gonna swallow my breath, say I'm sorry, stop pointing fingers and blame it on me. You know,
I wanna know.
Like you couldn't sing unless you did it, unless you did the head bob.
But that's what he do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finna get his name, y'all.
You wouldn't know singer if you ain't do the head ball back then. You know what I'm saying? The one with the head got a.
Don't ever let it go.
Yeah, you know.
You should have seen he was.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? But when they came out on Soul Food, on the Soul Food soundtrack, that was like it became like the tradition. Like you cannot have Mother's Day without playing that song.
Yeah, even till today, you know, it's still, you know, if you turn on your radio station right now, it's flooding with Mother's Day songs.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, you know, that's how I go.
I'm trying to find his name, y'all. I'll drop it. We'll drop it in the things later, because I'm just like. But anyway, so the topic today we're gonna talk about Mother's Day. This is a beautiful topic. But first we want to start off with the origins of Mother's Day.
The
history of Mother's Day. So I want to read this to you. I want to read this. Give me my church.
Church. Okay.
Okay, so I want to read it. Okay, so
yes,
this is the origins of whatever from Google, because I did Google it. Okay.
Yes.
Mother's Day has roots in ancient pagan celebrations honoring Mother Goddess like Rhea in Greece and Cybele in Rome. For example, Greeks held spring festivals to honor Rhea, the mother gods, and figure representing nature and fertility. In the 17th century, England's Mothering Sunday celebrated on the fourth Sunday of Lent. Celebration of Lent. Sunday, Lent, okay? I'm stuttering. Also shares connection to the concept of honoring mothers. So, Lent, you know, that's like a Catholic holiday, and they say it's between March 5th to April 17th. Some of my family was into like Catholicism or whatever, but Catholicism. That's how you say it?
Yeah, something like that.
Catholicism. Okay. Yeah, but I wasn't Catholic or whatever, so I've never really celebrated Lent like that, but I do have people that in my family that did. But from March 5th to March 17th, which makes sense because what else is around that time? Spring.
Spring, yep. Lent, I always think about the stuff in your pocket. But anyway.
What's the?
Lent. My bad.
I'm not about to play with you. So Lent is it's celebrated by the Catholics or whatever. So and it's mighty funny like the dates that it's celebrated because this is spring. This is when everything is new again, right? This is like the motherly season, like spring, creating. So that makes sense for them to celebrate it like around that time, right?
So but before that though, it was a pagan holiday?
It's a pagan holiday.
So would I be petty right now if I ask my Christian listeners, are they gonna still celebrate Mother's Day?
Of course, they're gonna still celebrate Mother's Day because they're gonna say, they're gonna say that this is a time to be around family, which it is.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be around family, whatever. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really big on holidays, but I will pull up to see my family members. Because sometimes you have people coming in from out of town, people that you probably never see. Is that rain?
It is rain. I thought I was tripping. That's why I had to put the headset on. Like, is it?
Yeah. So they got people that you never see, rarely see. Like I have people in Tennessee. I have people, so when my people that I never see, that I know for a fact that I never could see on any other holiday and they rarely ever come down, I'd be so happy to pull up on holidays and stuff or whatever. So I pull up and get me a plate of food.
It's always definitely a good thing to spend time with family and connect.
Right.
Like that one song said, one day you here, the next day you gone.
That's so true.
So,
it's so true. And then, you know what? And Mother's Day is like one of those holidays where everybody come together. Like this is like, it's so nostalgic. Like kind of like back in the day when your grandmother used to throw like the celebrations and everybody come from all over. It's not like that really too much anymore. Like as far as my family, I'm speaking for my family. Like we don't really.
I don't. You know what? I don't think it's just your family though.
Yeah.
I was watching. I don't know what was I. It was something I was watching and. The video and I was just like, man, you know what? It's true because it's been like that with my family too.
Right.
I feel like and it was basically talking about like just due to technology in the digital age, how much it's impacted us. That when there wasn't that, people were spending more time together. People were more outside more and stuff like that at gatherings. So they was doing a study. And it was showing that a lot of families. So it's not just your household, my household. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your family household. Like this is a national thing that's happening.
Right.
People just aren't connecting anymore that way like they used to. Having big family gatherings and stuff like that. You'll have your small gatherings with family. Here and there, a few sprinkle, but like the big, all the cousins, all the aunties and grandma and
it's not like
all
that.
It's not like that no more.
But you know what? But even the ones that's still celebrating it, you walk in the house, what everybody doing?
Yep.
Ain't nobody talking.
On the phone.
Ain't nobody interacting. Ain't nobody, nobody's interacting.
Except the old ones.
Except the old ones. Except the old ones, But people be on their phone. You talking to somebody and then you in foot. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? They ain't hear nothing. It makes you not even want to talk. Like it makes you kind of, just carry on or whatever.
And you know what? Not to go too far off topic, but even like the club scenes and stuff like this technology wave is hit all areas.
It did. It really did.
Like it used to be. I think I can't remember if it was you or somebody talking to. The dance floors in the club used to be. Not that I'm a big club hopper. Yeah. But I've kind of went here and there every blue moon. But the club used to be all about the dance floor, having a big dance floor. That was me and you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then, but now they didn't reduce the dance floor to. Dang, there ain't no dance floor. Really. It's a little small section. Everything is all about sections now. And
people sitting down.
Sitting down, right. In each section, this is all that's going on in each section.
I know. Shoot, you can't even take a... Listen, I'm going to do you one better. Sitting at the table before you get ready to eat your food. You can't even eat your food before you... You don't... I've went out to eat with so many people, and they will not touch their food unless they take a damn picture of the food.
Yeah.
That is insane. Right. That is amazing. I'm like, I'm ready to eat. I look around, everybody, like what the hell is this?
Everybody gotta get a photo for the gram.
You can't even So it's like you're not even enjoying the person that's in front of you. You're not even interacting with the people that's around you, So yeah.
Yeah, that's real. I can say that the first time we met up on a business meeting to get something to eat, chop it up, that was the first thing I noticed about you and admired. They're like, dang, you ain't pull out the phone not one time, you know. So I think that's dope.
Because you want to make a person across from you feel like they're getting your undivided attention. I think it's rather rude.
Yeah.
To do that, to be just playing on your phone or whatever. Even with other businesses. Not to get we gonna get back on topic, but I want to say this. I walk into a convenience store. Now this is a convenience store that I go into all the time, right? Mm-hmm. Walk into this convenience store to get some gas, and I'm standing at the register. And I'm just standing there. And so 2 guys behind the counter, right? And so they're sitting up there, and they just, and he's showing him something on his phone. And so I'm just standing at the counter. Before you know it, I had got impatient when I realized that I was just standing at the counter, just standing there waiting on them to give me their attention. I was like, wait a minute. What am I doing? So finally he looks up at me and was like, oh, let me go service her. That's the energy I got. So when he walked up to the counter, I was like, you know what? Never mind.
Cool.
I'm cool on you. I ain't been there ever since, right? So, but anyway, moving forward, second half, the modern version of Mother's Day in the United States, established in the early 20th century by Anna Jarvis. Okay, we're going to have to go into her. Anna Jarvis was intended as a way to honor the mothers and the contributions, with the first official event held in 1908. Wow, did you know that? Wow, okay.
This is new to me.
Right. While this modern version is not directly related to ancient pagan celebrations, okay, they said that, the concept of honoring mothers does have ancient roots.
She know where she got it from.
She know where she got it from. And Anna Jarvis, Anna, I don't know. Is Anna one of us?
Anna or Anna?
Anna. Is Anna one of us? Is Anna? I want to see how Anna Jarvis.
The Jarvis name.
Anna Jarvis. Anna Jarvis. Let me see who Anna Jarvis is.
Sound a bit colored to me.
You think she colored? You think she? Oh, Anna. Oh, no. Anna.
Not that she gonna get recognized like that.
No, this ain't Anna. Now, if she was one of us, she would. You know what?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic or whatever.
Did I say that?
You definitely said that, and we meant it. We meant it. We not sorry. And what we say about them? F them people toes, baby.
F them people toes.
F them people toes, baby. We gonna tell it how it is. Right? Yeah. So anyway, since we on the topic, I do want to say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. I definitely want to acknowledge everything that you do, all of the mothers. I know it's not easy out here being a mother, but happy Mother's Day to you all. This is something to definitely honor, right?
Yes, indeed.
So, is the feminine energy in the motherhood energy just subjected to women only? How you feel about that, Jano?
Is it subjected to women? Oh, wait, hold on. Run that question back again.
Is feminine energy and like the motherhood, the nurturing, everything that comes with motherhood, is it subjected to just women only?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah. I mean, I think, and I'm not sure if we elaborated on another episode or not.
We did.
But I will say that it's a difference between being feminine and feminine energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So feminine, that's the outward, to me, that's the outward physical, all the stuff that a female would do, you know, getting the nails done and it's just, I was about to say soft girl. Let me not say that. But just.
Whole other topic.
Yeah. But just, you know, all those, what we stereotypically think of when we think of feminine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the energy itself, is like one feminine energy is creation. So anybody can create.
Right.
You know what I mean? Create music, create art, create. So anytime a person's creating, they're tapping into the feminine energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I think of feminine energy, I'm not thinking of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you're thinking of creativity.
Right. Yeah, birthing stuff.
Nurturing.
You know what I'm saying? Nurturing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
empathy.
And all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. Those attributes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would say, yeah, you know, because there's men, there's fathers that's nurturing
it is.
to their kids, you know what I'm saying? And to the person they with, you know what I mean? So you know, and especially as a man, you know, when you got a daughter, that they gon', you know, that it's like that light bulb quickly gets turned on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So so yeah, I definitely believe that men can be, you know, feminine energy, you know.
Okay.
So
I could agree. I agree with that. So the next thing that we gonna get on is, do mothers get more recognition than fathers?
hell yeah.
You feel so?
Hell yeah. Yes.
But why do you think that is? Why do you think it's like that?
This just hit me too. It just came in like a download.
Right.
So what I believe is this. I didn't even have an answer for that till you said it. It just boom, boom, bam. I really believe the fact that kind of how men and women are groomed in this society, that men, because men aren't tapping into or speaking out on how they feel and their emotions and where they at, you know what I'm saying? The man is often, so it's like, if I don't show you how to love me or how to, you know what I'm saying, the things I like, it's a guessing game at that point. You know what I'm saying? And so by putting on this image of this hard exterior, this hard shell, I don't want nothing, I don't need nothing, I'm cool, I'm just doing. You know, you say that so many times, people gonna believe that.
Yeah.
Whether that's the truth or not. You know what I'm saying? So you almost can't knock them for
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say yeah for that reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of that. You know, it's if you've been acting so way, like I'm just now in a space. I would say probably about a year year and a half in, where I'm being a little bit more verbal about how I feel about certain things, this or
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? And I often say that we grew up in the era of this. We right on the threshold between the manly man world and then the modern day man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when I say the manly man, I there's some toxicness in that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but the whole hard you know,
Yeah.
I don't need, you know what I'm saying? And I say we in between because you still have some men that's like that. You know what I mean? You got some men that's transitioning. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you got the men that's still like that. They knocking the men that's transitioning. You
That's
know?
so true. Y'all
So,
simps.
Yeah, and all that type of
Y'all
stuff.
are
Yeah.
simps and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's so true. And even go like even further into it. A lot of times the men will be like, nah, that's for women. Nah, I don't do all of that. That's for your mama to do. Or this. Even when it comes down to like maybe feeding the baby or maybe burping the baby. You know, some men are not comfortable with that part of it because they was conditioned for so long that this is not what men do.
Right.
This is not what men do. Even when it comes down to comforting the child and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's the kind of like a disconnect.
I was gonna say that too. I was gonna say I want to add that piece in too when you started kind of going that way, like the fact that the mother is typically more interacting with the child.
Right.
You know what I mean? The going again in the same way too. It's still kind of in that same circle
It
of
is.
society structure.
It is.
The man taught to go out there, go get it, and go, you know, focus on the outside.
Yeah.
Home outside of the home, while the woman focuses
On the inside of the home, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so dad is always constantly gone. Dad is hardly not there, but he's the one that's providing all of this.
Right.
So he's not really there.
Right. You know, and a lot 9 out of 10, a lot of these men, while they even out there, they still think about home and they haven't any much towards their kids and stuff like that too, you know.
Yeah.
But still what was taught, you know, just go back and go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't, you know, block it out. Keep moving forward. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I can see that. I think I'm so thankful that I had a nurturing dad.
That's
I
awesome.
had a nurturing dad. I really had a nurturing dad or whatever. Not to take away from my mom, because I love my mom. My mom was nurturing too whenever she was able to be around. And my dad was nurturing too whenever he was able to be around, you know. But I'm glad that I had it, you know, like that.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
on both ends. So, well, moving forward. So, let's talk about the cheap gift blues that people be getting, right?
Hey.
You ever heard of that?
Said I got the blues.
Cheap gift blues. Now, this has never happened to me per se, but I've spoke to several people that has experienced this where Mother's Day will come around and it's like they going through so much and stressing, like feelings, emotions just all over the place because they trying to get the perfect gift for mom, because if they don't get this perfect gift for mom or get her whatever it is that she feel like she's supposed to have or whatever it is she feel like she deserve, then putting kids on the guilt trip.
Yeah, I personally never experienced it, but I could see that, and I also could see sibling rivalries in a way.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? With each one want to be the one that competing, but not. It's like a competing, but not even outright. You know,
right?
It's not spoken. It's an unspoken competition.
But see, I think the mom is responsible for that. I think she could kill a lot of that if she was to like just kind of step up, like, you know, because it shouldn't be about that.
Right.
It shouldn't be about that. But I've definitely talked to several people that experienced this, and I'm like, I'm so glad I never and I could never be that way to my kids. You know, like I could never, you know, I don't know. Like I feel like even if you have somebody that takes something that they handcrafted or it's something that's well thought about, it doesn't have to be like nothing expensive to show your appreciation. You don't even have to buy nothing at all. You could really just go maybe just cook something or maybe just, you know, like it doesn't
service.
Act of service.
Yeah.
Being respectful, like, you know, just in honoring. You can honor your mother in that way as well. It doesn't necessarily have to come out of your pocket, bro. Like, we got to stop this. We living in this society where everybody is just trying to keep up with the Joneses, and it just got to stop.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, you know, that people feel like that's the only way to show love and appreciation.
Right.
Is by the value of the gift.
Right.
The value of the gift means how much they value that person.
That's
you know
so
what I'm saying?
sad.
It is sad. They put a price tag on it. You know what I mean? Instead of, like you said, there's so many ways. There's, what, 5 different love languages?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
could even find out what your mom's love language is. You know what I mean? And then maybe you can present a gift in that type of way. You
Yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
shoot, if her love language is money,
Yeah. So
because that's the ones we talking about. That's the
Yeah.
very ones that, that give these kids a hard time, And if y'all doing that, you should be ashamed of yourself. Don't put them kids, don't be doing that to your children. I think it's shameful. You should be ashamed of yourself for doing it. Don't make them kids feel bad. You don't know what people going through. Some of these mothers don't care what the kid could be going through. This kid could be having money trouble with bills and stuff like that, and some of these women don't really take into account that life is life, and so don't put your kids through that. If there's something, if you guilty of that, this is something that you need to reconsider. Please reconsider that. Don't do that because it's very toxic, right? Moving on. You have anything else you want to say about
Nah,
that?
I'm cool like the cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so should mothers who didn't raise their children maybe pass their children on to other people to be raised? Should they be recognized for Mother's Day?
Mm. So you talking about, like, let's see, a mother that like she just wasn't there, and just like the sister or somebody, like
Yeah.
something like that, just
Yeah.
raised her the whole time.
Yeah,
That's a tough one.
yeah,
I would say this, that it should be up to the discretion of the child,
right,
and the child shouldn't feel forced to, and the mama shouldn't feel bad if the child don't or do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Totally up to that child's discretion.
right.
You know, and who knows? Sometimes people, man, it's kind of hard to judge people. Sometimes, well, I try not to. Like I said, hard. People, it ain't hard to. People
Right,
judge all the
right,
time.
right.
But I mean, that mom could have been going through something in her life, and she just like we all trying to figure out life. You know, she's struggling through her traumas.
Right.
And she may have not handled it how we feel she should have handled it, or took care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But let's say she came to a point of realization and recognition, like, man, she holding accountability. There's this awareness, and she just trying to be there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Then I feel like it's still up to the discretion of the child, but my heart would lean to saying, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's how my heart will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would still leave it at the end of the day to the discretion of the child.
I agree. And even to be a little bit more personal, I know my mother didn't raise us, like me and my brothers, but she made damn sure that we were in good hands. She made sure that we were with people that weren't abusing us. She made sure that we were with people that would love us and nurture us. None of us went without lights, water, gas, food. Like, we never went without any of those things, So she made sure that we were in good hands because of her circumstances. And I appreciate that, because a lot of mothers will go through certain circumstances and they carry their children through everything.
Yeah.
And these kids go through everything, and because they're too prideful to just let them kids go. Sometimes you got to know when you just biting off more than you could chew. You're not less than the woman for passing the responsibility off to somebody else if you feel like you just overwhelmed, if you feel like you're not in the position to protect that child, if you feel like you're not in the position to nurture that child and take care of that child and make sure that child has all the essential needs. You are not less than the woman. As a matter of fact, it takes a bigger woman to recognize that in herself and pass that over and not be prideful.
Most definitely.
So I appreciate my mom for doing that. I really do. Because I hear a lot of stories of a lot of these people and their moms took them through the ringer. They went from place to place to place to place. It's a lot of things that didn't happen to me because of that. And I think I had a really good childhood, like, for the most part, better than a lot of people,
That's awesome.
So yeah, I appreciate that. So should surrogate mothers be celebrated? Should they be recognized? Right? If I just was a surrogate, like, I just carried the baby, I feel some type of connection to this child because I carried them
Yeah.
throughout the duration of this pregnancy. This baby is moving.
Him or her.
Him or her.
They and them.
They and them. So this, all the pronouns, okay. And this baby is moving in the inside, and I'm connecting with this baby, and I'm talking to this child, and I would feel some type of connection. I would feel like I would want a phone call, even if I was a surrogate, like, for somebody. I would feel like a connection to that kid.
And ma'am, that's why you would get fired. And they
I
won't
know
wanna
I
work
would
with
get
you.
fired. I would be a horrible surrogate because I probably get at the last minute like, you know what, it's been a change of plans. I want to.
So with a surrogate, don't they use somebody else's egg?
I
though?
think they do use somebody else's egg,
Like
but
the mother egg and
but I'm bonding with this baby.
that's true. I mean,
So that's hard. That got to be hard to be a surrogate. Shout out to the surrogate mothers that's carrying these babies for the women that can't carry these babies, right? Because they really changing lives and
$60,000 hard.
60. Yeah.
Oh, some they get paid.
Yeah.
They get pretty good.
Hey, they really do. They really do.
Big bread.
But I know it takes a lot.
Yeah.
Though, like just even to recognize like the connection that you having with this child, and you got to pass this child over. Because when you carrying them babies, when them babies in your maybe the nurturing aspect don't really kick in for all women. I'm speaking for the women that it does, right?
Yeah.
And so I couldn't imagine carrying a child for 9 months and connecting with this baby and talking to this baby and just feeling this person growing on the inside of me, and then when that time come, I have to pass the baby. Like that would be so hard for me. So I'm pretty sure it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength, to be able to do that, and to a lot of selflessness to do this for the mothers that can't conceive. She has the nurturing spirit, but she just can't conceive. And it's a lot of women that's that way.
I think give them some grace.
What? The surrogates?
I think like whoever who they the parents that went out and petitioned for the surrogate mother or got the surrogate mother. I think it wouldn't hurt for them to show them a little love every
But
now and
yeah, I'm pretty sure they got some stories where some people probably
yeah, they probably just shut
did
them
be
out their
disconnect.
life.
Yeah,
Totally
like I don't want to have them.
yeah.
And it's sad if you're doing that, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. That person want to be ashamed. Look me up here judging, telling people that's shameful.
Shame on you.
F them people toes. So that's how I feel. I said what I said.
So you feel like they should get a gift or no?
I ain't gonna say necessarily get a gift, but I feel like that person should be included. Like I feel like that person should be included.
Or get a little card or something.
Maybe like a little card. But just some type of recognition. Like this is my, I feel like they should be recognized. I really do.
Ain't nothing wrong with recognizing people
Ain't
for what
nothing
they
wrong.
do.
Little recognition.
I mean, I don't know if it should be mandatory though. Like, I mean, not mandatory. Like, you know what I mean? Like it should be like in stone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's another one of those things that's based on discretion.
Right.
And I feel like the surrogate mother shouldn't feel bad if she don't get one, because she at the end she kind of know what she signed up for too.
That's true.
So it's like I know it's probably
that's
hard.
Tough. That's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a very tough.
But it's because they when they 9 out of 10 when they signed up for it, they said, hey, we're gonna put the baby in you. You're gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything's been,
Yeah.
And that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
So it's like you agreed to what you was getting into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then once you get into it, but
how many situations like this?
You
agreed that you knew what you was getting into, but when you get into the situation, it's like I kind of feel different.
That's true. So
that happens.
So
Human emotions.
Yeah, that's one of those things.
Emotions make you cry sometimes.
Got that.
Yeah, you hit it. So. This is kind of similar to what I just asked, but it's kind of different, Should mothers who didn't birth children but raise the children?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut you off. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Most definitely. You know what I mean? Because you is a mommy, man. That case, you in that child life, you raising that child, you being that feminine energy in that child's life that they need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So most definitely.
And that's how my Aunt Faye would. I think everybody got it. Do you have an Aunt Faye?
I don't know about a Faye, but maybe the characteristics of an Aunt Faye.
Man, my Aunt, I know a couple of people that got an Aunt Faye. Mm-hmm. My Aunt Faye was awesome. My Aunt Faye didn't have no children, but she was so nurturing. She had the motherhood spirit. She had the nurturing spirit. So it was just in her. It was just in her, not on her. But she didn't have any biological children, but she raised other people's children. She was just always just welcoming. Yeah. So I think that some women, even though they can't conceive, they just have that motherhood like that nurturing spirit. And that kind of goes back to even what you said, like with the fathers, how they can sometimes, it's just not subjected to, just like the binary
Yeah.
mothers. That's their spirit. Because they got some binary mothers that the nurturing and the motherhood spirit never kicks in for them. So it could go either way.
I wonder about that. Though. I wonder if that's like a trauma response. Like I wonder if it's meant or genetically designed. I don't have the answer to this. This is what
Right.
it's thrown out. Like are all women at some point set up to genetically or wired that way for it to kick in?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then some trauma happens, something along the way, and it kind of puts a block on that.
Right.
Or it's just some mothers some women not that.
I think it's just a freak of nature. I don't think it's any different from people being born with two sexes. I don't think it's any different from people being born as this, and this is just me. This is just me. For a person to be born to a particular gender and assign a particular gender, but they feel a certain way on the inside. I don't feel like it just stopped there, just physically and stuff like that. I feel like it's very much so that they got some women that just never tapped into that part of them. I think it's just a spiritual imbalance. That's what I think. I think it's a spiritual imbalance. I think maybe you wavered more to this side.
Yeah.
Just like they got some men that may wavered more into this side. So in doing that to create the perfect balance, maybe the women that has this particular mentality or have this particular spirit should probably partner up with men that's more nurturing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
To
the
create that
balance.
balance. Yeah,
to create that balance. Because just like you said, you don't believe in 50-50.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So that look right. So if she's not nurturing and he's nurturing, then that makes sense for them to ping off each other. So maybe that's why I would say so.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And even the women, also with another balance, even with the women that can't, carry a baby, and then they got the women who can carry a baby. So maybe the nurturing spirit kicked in for her, but it didn't kick in for her. But she could be there for her. Because women are supposed to be tribal anyway, right?
Did you just call one of them a whore?
I did not call anybody
They said you could be there for whore.
Mm.
I heard y'all. Hey, y'all know.
Y'all did not hear that. Y'all did not hear that.
Watch when that
Y'all
tape
been
come
not,
back.
No, y'all didn't. That is not what y'all. Rewind this. Rewind this. I ain't call nobody the whore, especially on Mother's Day. You can't call people whores on Mother's Day.
Right,
you can't call women whores on Mother's Day. Okay, you're not whores. You're service workers.
Oh, hey, how them people with the mayonnaise people be on them shows? Whore.
Hell no, we won't go. Like, I'm not about to see.
I'm
See how?
sorry.
Listen,
My bad,
I was on topic, and then
My
you see
bad,
this.
cuz.
This is what I be dealing with. This is the distraction. I just got all the way.
My bad, cover. Let's go steal the boat back.
Let's steal a boat.
Right back.
Okay. Yes. So, is that all you had to say?
That's all I had. To
Are
say
you
about
done?
that.
Is you through or is you done?
Through as you done. Yeah.
Can we carry on?
Hey, y'all need to put some respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. So, what is the disconnect to you?
Wait
Moving
a
in.
minute. We ain't gonna. I thought you was gonna say something about some binaries. No. You got scared.
No. Oh yeah.
She
The
got
topic.
scared. Yeah,
Well,
she got scared.
Well, it seemed like the same. It seemed like the same question. Should non-binary mothers be celebrated? We already touched on that.
Oh, okay.
See,
you
gotta follow me. You gotta.
No.
You gotta.
gotta do like Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gotta follow you. My bad.
So that's why. Because I feel like we already.
You know what? I guess my mind went somewhere else when you said non-binary mothers.
Right.
I was thinking about all them pronouns.
Okay, so you're right. So
That's
the
what
LG. Okay, so yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Should the
but
non-binary? Okay, so if we speaking of the LGBT mother, that's what you saying.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
So
it's about to get scary, y'all. No, let me stop. Go ahead.
I feel like if this person is nurturing, this person is not abusing this kid, this person is giving this kid what they supposed to have, putting the seasoning in them, that season them like they supposed to. What's wrong with that? That's how I feel. That's really how I feel. That's my true feelings. Because my auntie was a lesbian. I don't know if I told you that before. Have I told you that?
Something like that. Yeah,
My-
you told me.
I
But
did.
they ain't heard it though. So
My auntie
You know.
was. My auntie was. But I never seen her actually like do anything inappropriate
so
in
she
front of me.
so she like the old school version.
Yeah.
Because nowadays people doing it all in
They
front
they
of
they
kids.
doing that in front of their
Yeah.
kids. But see,
They got burlesque shows
Right.
at the elementary school. They let the
Exactly.
kids watch burlesque shows.
exactly.
Uh,
So the way my auntie was, they didn't, I don't know now what they did on the weekends when I was gone to my granny house. Hey, that's their business. Ain't got, but I've never seen her act inappropriately in front of me with nobody. So I think it ain't what you do, is how you do it.
Yeah.
Right. And especially if this is a person that's being honest with their children, because a
Yeah.
lot of people, one would probably say, oh, because she grew up in this household with lesbians, she's going to grow up and be a lesbian. Guess what? I'm not a lesbian. I grew up, I had a husband, I had children. And so I was under the structure of a person that kept it real with me. She kept it real with me from her lifestyle to everything. So I feel like if it's a non-binary parent that's really honest with their children and keeping it real with their children and give their child the opportunity to make whatever choices that they want to make or whatever, but not forcing anything. But if you providing and nurturing and you're not abusing this child and you instilling, moral compass, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go slightly off topic.
Okay.
Let's see what the time. Okay. So yeah, one might argue, and I'm being devil's advocate here.
Okay.
One might argue that, hey, just because you didn't, that don't mean somebody. Like statistically,
Right.
You line up 10 people,
Right.
100 people, because you made it out,
Right.
and you was unbothered, and you stayed in the space that you stayed in.
Right.
Who's to say that little Shanika,
Mm-hmm.
that it doesn't impact her
Mm-hmm.
in that type of way?
What-
You know what I mean?
Well, if she's impacted in that type of way,
Or influence.
or if she's influenced in that type of way, I feel like she was gonna already be influenced, because I'm gonna show you something.
Mhm.
My auntie, who was a lesbian,
Mhm.
grew up in a nuclear household. She had a mother and a father,
Yeah.
and she still grew up this way. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So her first, me and her just talking, the first experience of that was actually visiting church members,
Mm.
the good old church folk.
Well, we know about the
Okay,
we know about the boy,
not the
church-
boy.
the church altar boy.
Oh,
And,
okay then. Okay then. So if that person, because they have people that have these experiences and still don't go that way. I feel like if it's in you, it's in you. It don't matter if you grew up with a mom and a dad in the household.
Yeah.
If it's in you to be attracted to the same sex, or if it's in you to be that way, you're gonna be that way anyway. I'm a person, I really do feel like I feel like it's very much possible for a person to be assigned this particular sex at birth and feel a different way on the inside. I don't think it's no different from people being born with two sexes. If people could be a freak of nature physically, then why can't they be a freak of nature spiritually? Who
Yeah.
are we to determine that?
Yeah. So would you say it's more genetically opposed to like mentally?
I think it varies.
Hmm.
I think it's circumstantial.
Okay.
I think that's circumstantial.
I can see that. You know, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Before this, I know I'm gonna rear back on topic, but you know, as we compare ourselves to our closest cousins, I guess they say the primates,
Right.
You know what I mean? And just as we was looking up some monkeys, the different monkeys and stuff
Right.
like that, and then just looking at other animals and that was mammals, and you seeing that homosexuality was a part of the animal kingdom as well. That threw me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What they call the bonobos monkeys?
Yep. Yeah, the bonobos
is-
right there.
The bonobos monkeys is the way that they live in the matriarchal society, and where the women are bumping. The females are bumping with each other.
Yeah.
And they have this one male that they're interacting with, and they're not a very aggressive
Yeah.
species of monkey.
Yeah.
They actually run a very tight ship where everybody is cool, everybody's happy. That the nickname for them is actually called the love monkeys. That's like a nickname for them.
Yeah. See y'all. See what happened when they let women run the household.
See what? Hey,
Nah,
everybody, but it's love. It's love. It's love. It's love.
Hey, I want to let y'all know I am not in favor like a patriarchal. I ain't no what's all these words that feminists use. I'm
patriarchy.
not.
Yeah, patriarchy. Yeah.
What else? I don't know, female bashing, whatever.
Yeah,
All the whole.
yeah.
I can't even think of the words
It's
right now.
jokes.
It's just jokes.
It's
Yeah, I'm just
jokes.
boycotting. I'm just joking.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, if anybody is a little bit too aggressive, they actually get alienated from the tribe. So they not really with all that. So even when you're talking about the Lion Kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this male is being picked because he's the alpha male, he's a more alpha male,
Mm-hmm.
and all the females are interacting with him, what do you think the other male lions are doing? Because technically, even scientifically, a man has to release.
They say 21 times a month, huh?
Okay,
For
so
humans.
for humans, but even animals,
probably
they have to
even
release.
more, yeah.
So what do you think? So the males that didn't get chose and they go off and they run in packs or whatever until they find whatever tribe. How do you think they releasing? What do you think they doing with each other?
Right.
Because they some of them go to the grave without ever having the opportunity to even experience how a female is. So I just want to throw that out there. So this it's in nature. It is in nature.
So yeah, kind of going with that, I say, so I'm big on looking at nature and studying nature, and I feel like that's how we should govern ourselves. That's how we find out, give insights to who we are
Right.
as a collectively. You know what I mean? And then looking at nature, what really made me like, whoa, I guess this is a natural thing.
Right.
Is because, like you said, so I look at it on a percentage level.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the higher percentage may be hetero. You know what I
Okay.
mean? For the most part.
Okay.
And then but there's still that percentage that's homo.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so because if that's in nature, I feel like we as humans gotta respect the game.
Gotta respect the
You know
game.
what I'm saying?
And that's how I feel about it.
So
That's
even
how
if
I
you
feel
don't
about it.
agree with the act, you know what I'm saying? You feel like, I'm 100% hetero and I don't do with it. I don't, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Still respect, hey, to each his own. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's on y'all. That's what y'all do. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So,
I would agree. So
and I would just say this: I never thought I would come to that point in life. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was
growth.
I was one of them. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So yeah, but go ahead though. Let's I ain't want to cut you short. You know what I'm saying? Shout. Hey,
Do
shout
you
out
have
me.
anything else that you want to add before we come to the disconnect?
No, ma'am.
So what do you think the disconnect is?
The disconnect with Mother's Day.
No. What does motherhood in your definition? What's the disconnect with what we lost at what motherhood actually means?
Got me gotta tink.
Ting, ting.
I would say what motherhood means to me. Again, looking at nature.
Right.
There's the physical aspect of it.
Right.
You know, the creation process of it. There's also the spiritual aspect of it. We talk about the feminine energy.
Right.
Why we all have both feminine and masculine energy.
Right.
There's a high level of the feminine energy.
Right.
And it's needed.
Yeah.
It's like a Pythagorean theorem. I think I may have mentioned that on another episode. Now I can't remember if I did or didn't. But
Right.
on the screen, I want to put up Pythagorean's theorem.
Yeah.
So Pythagorean's theorem is just not a mathematic formula, y'all.
Okay.
So this is actually esoteric knowledge and science that they got from our ancestors. So Pythagorean is the name Pythagorean itself comes from Ptah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, in Kemet. And so his actually Pythagorean actually means the one who follows Ptah. That's what actually Pythagorean. So the Greeks can't lie about that.
Right.
Because that's what Pythagorean, his name means that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if you look at Pythagorean's theorem, you see a 65%, the big box, that's 65%. Any other box is 35%.
Okay.
And that's actually the big box represents the feminine, the
Okay.
creation, the mother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The creation process. And the
Right.
other 35 represents the male. So the male only creates 35% of that process. And then that little box in between that connects them, that represents the child. So
Right.
it's just not a mathematic formula about a geometry. It's not just a geometry thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I believe motherhood plays a huge part in our society. It is
Right.
the foundation of our society. You know what I
Right.
mean? Without the mothers, like, you know,
Yeah.
without stable, balanced mothers. That's why it's so important for mothers to have that stability and to be able to, and even be pampered in a way so that they can be in that space. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To be a mother, because they raise, like they say, mothers raise nations. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So without that, man, we in bad shape.
Right.
So I don't know if I answered that correctly.
You
I mean,
did.
answered it fully. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I see. That's the disconnect,
Yeah.
and just in understanding that
Yeah.
that understanding needs to be there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I would say what motherhood means to me, it means selflessness, giving, but not giving to a point to where you depleted or being abused. Like what they do on Mother Earth,
yeah,
right? Just depleting them and abusing and taking without restoration, without giving her time enough to even heal,
yeah,
without giving her time enough to even reproduce fast enough. And this is why everything is so GMO, right?
Yeah.
Because they trying to pump stuff so fast. It's like she's not doing it fast enough. They're already depleting her, you know? So I think it's in comparison to a lot of us mothers today. A lot of us, we give and we give and we give and we give and we give until we're depleted. We have to know when it's a stopping point where it's okay as a mother to say no. It's okay as a mother to say, this is the cutoff at this point. I'm not in my giving season right now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's okay, you know? So I think that motherhood is being taken for granted, and I think that we need to relook or reevaluate, not relook, reevaluate. Come on, spirit. Reevaluate what motherhood means to all of us and what it does for all of us. And we need to be sure and be extra careful that we're not being ungrateful and that we're not being over consumptuous.
Most definitely. Most
That's
definitely. I agree with that.
Yeah.
And that cycle needs to be, they need to be pouring back into the mothers.
Need to be pouring back into
That's
the
why
mother.
it's so important.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
I like that.
So, yeah, so anywho, that's the disconnect. Mother's Day always falls on what they say, the fourth Sunday. The fourth Sunday after Lent. Let me be sure.
So after you get that stuff out your pocket, it's time to celebrate Mother's Day. I'm sorry, yeah.
Yes, that's what they say. The fourth Sunday after Lent. So
For Sunday, okay. Yeah, you know, I don't even be knowing when this stuff come. You know how I be knowing the little notifications.
I be knowing. You heard it?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all heard, you heard it.
Okay,
You
yeah.
heard it. Yeah. I be everywhere. I be everywhere.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I start seeing them old TV commercials and
Yeah.
and all that. Oh, it's time. So then
Yeah.
I start looking at the calendar. Let me see.
And then you see all the daddies and everybody up in there in Walmart and everything. They trying to get the last minute flowers. Them men be so stressed out. Just like Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Them children and the men be stressed the hell out trying to get them last minute flowers and gifts and stuff, you know, for Mother's Day. We gotta stop. It's so much bigger than that.
Yes, indeed.
It's so much bigger than that. So, but anyway, you got anything else you want?
Nah, I just want to, if you ain't got nothing, you want to just tell them, y'all, hey, make sure y'all tap it in and following us on all social media
All of 'em.
platforms.
All of them.
All of them, yeah. All
All
of
of
them, yeah. Man, Facebook, TikTok, it's going to be the Disconnect Podcast. Instagram and YouTube is at the Disconnect Podcast _ And that's it.
And we
y'all.
are the podcast that heals and builds. Peace.
Y'all.
Hold my hand while I run it. Lord, hold
together pieces that you broke. I can see through all of the deceitful things you wrote. I have managed cracking all the secrets to the codes. You swerved into my lane like you were sleeping on the road. Said we weren't indigenous and brought us here as slaves. Wrote yourself in her story and tore us out the page. Trying to cover up that you're the one that's out of place. Then wonder why my people wildin' out and in the rage. Bitch, you lied, we've been certified. My ancestors own this shit, I know that hurt your pride. I'm witnessing truth and lies unfold before my eyes. Prison in the flesh, oh what a time to be alive. Understand that white folks not our only enemies. We got those against us that still look like you and me. Just because you talk that talk don't mean you're fooling me. Cause I don't need a savior long as I stay true to me.